place at 306 seconds into the flight. At this point of time, the altitude will be 175 kilometers and the rocket would have acquired 4.2 kilometers per second relative velocity. Then the upper cryogenic stage, C25, ignites 2 seconds later and continues to burn for close to 650 seconds. During the operational regime of C25, the largest relative velocity addition takes place. It increases from 4.178 kilometers per second to 9.804 kilometers per second. And the most awaited moment of the Chandrayaan-3 separation is scheduled to take place at 969.7 seconds into the flight. The altitude will be 179.3 kilometers, which is a part of elliptical transfer orbit of 170 by 36,500 kilometers. From then on, the mooncraft Chandrayaan-3 would commence its journey to the moon.
इस मिशन का काउंटडाउन 25.5 घंटे पूर्व शुरू हो चुका है और इस दौरान रॉकेट तथा अंतरिक्ष यान को पावर ऑन कर सभी तंत्रों की स्वास्थ्य जांच की जा रही है। इस दौरान L110 चरण तथा क्रायोजेनिक चरण पर ईंधन का भराव सुनिश्चित किया जा चुका है। यह काम प्रमोशन मंच से सुदूर स्थल पर पूर्ण स्वचालित तकनीक से पूर्ण सुरक्षा के साथ संपूर्ण किया जाता है। आप अभी अपनी स्क्रीन पर यहाँ व्यूअर्स गैलरी का दृश्य देख रहे हैं। बहुत भारी संख्या में यहाँ लोग उपस्थित हुए हैं इस रोमांचक दृश्य को देखने के लिए। मौसम विभाग के अनुसार मौसम पूरी तरह सामान्य अनुकूल है इस प्रमोशन के लिए। अब आपके सामने प्रस्तुत है LVM-3 का इंटीग्रेशन वीडियो।
We bring to you a small clipping of the integration video for the LVM-3 rocket.
Minus 25 minutes.
On your TV screens, you are watching the visuals from second vehicle assembly building where the full LVM-3 M4 rocket has been assembled. These are the strap-on boosters getting assembled segment by segment.
Roger.
Each S200 has got 3 segments
Roger.
called nozzle end segment, middle segment and head end segment, to which the nozzle is assembled, and one after the other the segments are joined together. When the fully assembled solid rocket booster is handled carefully with a crane and being lowered on to the mobile launch pedestal as an integrated rocket, the igniter assembly then takes place, and this is the strap-on nose cones. On your TV screens, it is the core L110 stage being brought to the second vehicle assembly building for tilting and assembly between the S200 boosters.
जी हाँ, अभी आपने देखा दोनों S200 स्ट्रैप-ऑन बूस्टर्स के साथ L110 को भी संलग्न कर दिया गया है और यह है क्रायोजेनिक अपर स्टेज, CH-25 कहा जाता है इसे। बहुत ही जटिल इंजन है ये C-20 इंजन। बहुत ही सावधानी पूर्वक पूरी दक्षता के साथ यह कार्य संपन्न किया जाता है। यह है इक्विपमेंट बे जो कि दिमाग है इस रॉकेट का, और यह है हमारा प्रोपल्शन मॉड्यूल, चंद्रयान 3 का प्रोपल्शन मॉड्यूल है ये। चंद्रयान 2 के पश्चात इसमें काफी सुधार किए गए हैं।
TCTC SHAR wanted to confirm normalcy of
758 वॉट के सोलर पैनल्स लगे हुए हैं, 440 न्यूटन के थ्रस्टर्स हैं। और यहाँ आप देख रहे हैं लैंडर और रोवर को। ये रोवर है जो चंद्रमा में विचरण करेगा।
Affirmative. All SCBT signals at radar and normal.
Copied. SCBT signals
पूरी
at
सावधानी
normal.
के साथ इसे संयोजित कर दिया जाता है और यह लैंडर मॉड्यूल रोवर के साथ अब इस लैंडर मॉड्यूल को प्रोपल्शन मॉड्यूल के साथ संयोजित कर दिया जा रहा है।
minus 22 minutes. Request all stations change over to channel 2 at T minus 21 minutes. No confirmation
सभी
is needed
परीक्षण
to control.
पूर्ण होने के पश्चात
MCC confirms data from chain 2.
इस समुच्चय को
RSD confirms data from chain.
पेलोड फेयरिंग के अंदर सुरक्षित कर दिया जा रहा है। पेलोड एडेप्टर, अंतरिक्ष यान और पेलोड फेयरिंग, इन सभी के समुच्चय को एनकैप्सुलेटेड असेंबली कहते हैं। अब इसे व्हीकल असेंबली बिल्डिंग लाया जा रहा है और क्रेन की मदद से इसे क्रायो स्टेज के ऊपर संयोजित किया जा रहा है।
Tracking systems are ready.
अब पूर्णतः तैयार LVM-3M4 रॉकेट व्हीकल असेंबली बिल्डिंग से निकलकर लॉन्च पैड की ओर जा रहा है। इसे मोबाइल लॉन्च पेडेस्ट्रियल पर रखकर
Minus
करीब
21 minutes.
1 किलोमीटर
Request
की दूरी
all
तय की जाती है।
stations change over to channel 2.
ROD Roger.
RSO to ROD. Range safety systems are ready.
ROD Roger.
अब इसे सावधानी पूर्वक लॉन्च पैड ले आया गया है और बाकी की स्वास्थ्य जांच यहां से पूरी की
All
जाएंगी।
stations to note, event number 430 and 431 is completed. Chandrayaan 3
पूर्ण संयोजित और तैयार LVM-3M4 रॉकेट आगे की जांच तथा तरल नोदक का भराव यहां संपन्न किया जाता है।
Parameters are normal. L1 stage is cleared for LVM-3M4
The
Chandrayaan.
LVM-3M4 rocket standing majestically against a picturesque background in the second launch pad. LVM-3 rocket will fly for the 7th launch today. 43.5 meters tall and 642 tons heavy launch vehicle has been operationalized
20
after
minutes.
an experimental and 2 developmental missions. Mission executives on your screen. That's the spacecraft director
Control to note event number 430
and
is
associate spacecraft director. LVM-3 is India's largest and heaviest launch vehicle, ferrying Indian and international customer satellites.
Vehicle Director to Mission Director. LVM-3 M4 launch vehicle is ready for the Chandrayaan 3 mission.
Mission Director Roger.
Mission Director to
अब हम उड़ान से 19 मिनट 12 सेकंड की दूरी पर
health is normal and cleared for launch.
Mission Director Roger.
ROD to Mission Director. Range is ready for LVM-3M4 Chandrayaan 3 launch.
Minus 19 minutes.
Mission Director Roger.
TTC Director to Mission Director. All track stations and network is ready to support LVM-3M4 Chandrayaan 3 mission.
रेंज ऑपरेशन डायरेक्टर, टेलीमेट्री ट्रैकिंग एंड कमांड डायरेक्टर, सैटेलाइट डायरेक्टर और व्हीकल डायरेक्टर अपने तंत्रों की जानकारी मिशन डायरेक्टर को देते हैं।
All necessary clearances are obtained for the launch of LVM-3 M4 Chandrayaan 3 mission. Mission Readiness Review Committee and Launch Authorization Board have already given authorization for the launch of LVM-3 M4 Chandrayaan 3 mission. Based on the readiness of vehicle systems, range, spacecraft and TTC confirmed by respective mission executives and the prevailing favorable weather conditions, Mission Director hereby authorizes for the launch operation sequence of launch of LVM-3 M4 Chandrayaan 3 mission at 14 hours 35 minutes 17 seconds Indian Standard Time today, the 14th July 2023 from second launch pad of SDSC Shar.
Control Roger. All stations to know. Mission Director has given authorization for launch.
जी हाँ, अभी आपने घोषणा सुनी। मिशन डायरेक्टर ने इस लॉन्च के लिए ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च सीक्वेंस शुरू करने का अनुमोदन दे दिया है। इसके पश्चात व्हीकल डायरेक्टर एलएस ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च सीक्वेंस शुरू करेंगे।
On your screens, you have just watched Mission Director Shri Mohan Kumar giving clearance for the initiation of automatic launch sequence. This is based on the confirmation of readiness of all participating team for range, launch vehicle, spacecraft and tracking. The automatic launch sequence is scheduled to begin at T-14 minutes 30 seconds, as a part of which the most critical control system elements are checked for the launch vehicle.
minus 17 minutes.
Very close to the launch time, control will be passed on to the onboard
Roger.
computers.
VLCC to LCC to note. Timing
व्यूअर्स
confirmed
गैलरी
with
दर्शकों से
external full
खचाखच भरी हुई,
VLCC Roger.
बहुत भारी संख्या में यहाँ लोग उपस्थित हुए हैं। आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत है सतीश धवन अंतरिक्ष केंद्र में।
Enthusiastic viewers from all across the country gathering at Satish Dhawan Space Center Launch View Gallery for witnessing this historic moment
Data
of
loggers
Chandrayaan
are
3
on Sharon and
launch.
Shatu stations.
Copied.
The countdown for LVM-3 M4 Chandrayaan 3 mission has lasted for 25.5 hours. It was commenced on 1:30 p.m. yesterday.
While of operation of hydrogen tank.
During
scheduled at
countdown,
quarter to yellow.
the launch vehicle
Minus
stages
16
are serviced with propellants.
Vehicle director to
Gas
ALS
bottles
console.
meant for stage
Vehicle
operations are
director
charged,
authorizes
while the
automatic
Earth-storable
launch sequence
propellant
for the
filling was
LVM-3
concluded
M4
more than
Chandrayaan 3
16
mission.
hours ago.
LSC
The
Roger.
cryogenic propellants
SDA servers activated. MC confirms data from Sharvan
अभी
and
अभी
Shartu.
कंफर्म किया गया है, व्हीकल डायरेक्टर श्री बीजू सी थॉमस ने ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च सीक्वेंस शुरू कर दिया है। अब यह लॉन्च व्हीकल LVM-3 M4 रॉकेट ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च सीक्वेंस के अंतर्गत है।
Automatic launch
इसका
sequence
मतलब
initiated
ऑनबोर्ड
for
कंप्यूटर
LVM-3 M4
पूरी
launch.
तरह स्वचालित हो चुका है।
ALS in auto mode.
we are very close to the launch, and the day of launch wind biasing data is fed during the countdown to the onboard computers to enable most suitable steering of the launch vehicle through atmosphere. Up next, we will watch a curtain raiser video on this
Event
mission.
number 465. Request CGSS to confirm supply of GN2 to cryo.
Moon. This familiar object in the night sky has inspired the imagination of astronomers and ordinary people alike. From time immemorial, humans have marveled at the beauty of the moon, used it to count time and navigate the high seas. In modern times, Moon, the only natural satellite of the Earth, has acquired added importance due to the belief that Moon is the key to our understanding of the evolution of the solar system in general and Earth in particular.
14 minutes.
Besides, Moon's precious resources and low gravity have further endeared it to humans. India, a major spacefaring nation, has conducted a detailed exploration of the Moon through its Chandrayaan program. The country has sent 2 robotic spacecraft to orbit the Moon and to take a repeated look at its surface. Chandrayaan-1 demonstrated India's ability to reach the surface of the Moon at a place and time of its choice. And with it, India became the 4th country to reach the surface of the Moon in November 2008. Besides, Chandrayaan-1's conclusive discovery of water on the Moon in 2009 was praised as a path-breaking discovery. The follow-on mission, Chandrayaan-2, had an orbiter, a lander called Vikram, and a rover named Pragyan. In the past 4 years, the orbiter has repeatedly observed the lunar surface and even today is working satisfactorily. Now, 3,900 kilograms Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft is being sent to the Moon with the objective of making yet another focused attempt to slowly land on the lunar surface and to explore it with the help of a rover. Following the spacecraft launched by India's most capable rocket LVM-3, the Chandrayaan-3 lander carrying a rover within it will be carried into an orbit around the moon by the propulsion module. A little later, the lander will separate from that module and will attempt to make a soft landing in the south polar region of the moon. This region is of intense interest as it has many permanently shadowed craters which could contain water ice and precious minerals. Chandrayaan-3 lander has 4 scientific instruments or payloads, of which one will study the moonquakes, while the other one studies as to how the surface of the moon allows heat to flow through it. The third one will study the plasma environment near the moon's surface. And the fourth instrument will enable scientists to measure the distance between the Earth and Moon very accurately. The 2 instruments on the rover help us study the composition of the Moon's surface using X-rays and laser respectively. While the lander and rover will be in direct contact with each other, the propulsion module circling the moon will observe the light coming from Earth, the only planet which we know which is definitely teeming with life. This observation will help in understanding the nature of distant planets circling stars other than the Sun. As Chandrayaan-3 undergoes important tests and gears up for launch, thousands of ISRO scientists, including those who will launch it, control it, and receive the precious scientific information from it using giant dish antennas, are readying themselves for the challenging tasks ahead. In the past, their dedication and skill have enabled India to earn praise from across the world and made it proud. Let us wish them well in this great endeavor called Chandrayaan-3.
आपके सामने हैं इसरो के अध्यक्ष श्री एस सोमनाथ। अभी अभी आपने देखा एक संक्षिप्त वीडियो जिसमें एनिमेशन की मदद से इस पूरे मिशन की यात्रा को बताया गया है, इस मिशन के ऑब्जेक्टिव को समझाया गया।
Chandrayaan-3 has 2 predecessors with destination moon as their mission objective. Chandrayaan-1, launched by PSLV C-11 in October 2008, included lunar orbiter and impactor. During the mission life of around 10 months, Chandrayaan-1 had mapped the minerals on lunar surface, acquired 70,000 images to help create 3D atlas of moon, and what's more, found water on moon's polar regions. Chandrayaan-2, launched by LVM-3 on 22nd of July 2019, consisted of lunar orbiter, lander named Vikram, and rover named Pragyan. The orbiter is still providing insightful scientific information through its payloads like spectrometers, synthetic aperture radar, and cameras.
चंद्रयान 3 की चंद्रमा की सतह में उतरने के इस मिशन को कुल 10 चरणों में पूरा किया जाएगा। संक्षेप में यह इस प्रकार है। सर्वप्रथम चंद्रयान 3 को LVM-3 प्रमोचक रॉकेट द्वारा पृथ्वी की एलिप्टिकल टारगेट ऑर्बिट, जो कि 170 बाई 36,500 किलोमीटर की ऑर्बिट है, उसमें प्रमोचित किया जाएगा। वहां से चंद्रयान में मैन्यूवर कर पृथ्वी की गुरुत्वाकर्षण की सहायता से चंद्रयान की गति को वृद्धि की जाएगी। फिर चंद्रयान पृथ्वी की कक्षा से निकलकर चंद्रमा की कक्षा में जाएगा। चंद्रमा की कक्षा में जाते ही उसमें फिर से मैन्यूवर कर चंद्रमा की 100 किलोमीटर की वृत्ताकार कक्षा में स्थापित किया जाएगा। फिर सही समय आने पर लैंडर मॉड्यूल को प्रोपल्शन मॉड्यूल से पृथक कर दिया जाएगा यह आप अपनी स्क्रीन पर देख पा रहे हैं, यह है प्रोपल्शन मॉड्यूल। प्रोपल्शन मॉड्यूल का मुख्य उद्देश्य है लैंडर तथा रोवर को पृथ्वी की कक्षा से चंद्रमा की कक्षा में, जो कि 100 किलोमीटर की वृत्ताकार कक्षा होगी, उसमें उचित अभिवृत्ति में लैंडर मॉड्यूल को अपने से पृथक कर चंद्रमा की सतह पर भेजना है। ऐसा करने के लिए इसमें एमएमएच और मॉन का प्रयोग कर 440 न्यूटन के थ्रस्टर्स वाले इंजन्स लगे हुए हैं। इसमें आवश्यक संचार सुविधाएं भी उपलब्ध हैं।
Speaking about the major milestones in the journey of Chandrayaan-3 to the moon, the spacecraft consists of propulsion module, lander and rover. Lander is planned to touch down at south pole of moon. The major 10 phases of the mission are: the first phase, called the Earth-centric phase, comprises of pre-launch, launch, ascent and earthbound maneuver. While the second phase is the lunar transfer phase, as the name suggests, the Chandrayaan spacecraft moves closer to the moon. Next 8 phases are in the moon orbit. The third being the lunar orbit insertion, followed by the moon-bound maneuvers phase, which mark the fourth phase. And next it is now that the propulsion module separates from the lunar module
6 minutes.
when 100 by 100
6 minutes.
circular orbit when 100 by 100 circular
The Chandrayaan
orbit
3
of the
in
moon
its
is
sixth
achieved. Phase carries out deep
The Chandrayaan
boost
3 in its
from
sixth
phase carries
100
out deep kilometers to from 100 by 30 kilometers to followed by the pre-landing phase as seventh phase, followed by the pre-landing phase as awaited landing phase takes place. And then the most awaited landing phase takes place.
आपके सामने है मिशन नियंत्रण कक्ष का दृश्य। आपके सामने है मिशन नियंत्रण सेंटर डायरेक्टर्स, अपने सभी सेंटर डायरेक्टर्स दिख रहे हैं। अपने ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च सीक्वेंस किस तरह पूरा हो रहा है कि ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च सीक्वेंस किस तरह पूरा हो रहा है। दर्शक दीर्घा भी इस इंतजार पे, दर्शक दीर्घा भी इस प्रमोशन से हम 5 मिनट की दूरी पर हैं। प्रमोशन से हम 5 मिनट की दूरी पर हैं।
Most of you might recall the Chandrayaan. Most of you might recall the Chandrayaan intense moments when all the enthusiastic Indians were waiting for the touchdown of the lander on the surface of for the touchdown of the lander on the surface of moon. The launch view gallery with the overwhelming crowd of visitors. With the overwhelming crowd of visitors.
पूरे दर्शक दीर्घा यहाँ बहुत उत्साहित, पूरे दर्शक दीर्घा यहाँ मौसम में थोड़ी परेशानी हो सकती है, लेकिन सब अपनी मौसम में थोड़ी परेशानी हो सकती है, लेकिन सब अपनी सुविधाओं के साथ में यहाँ उपस्थित हुए हैं।
We are close to 4 minutes from the scheduled launch time. We are close to 4 minutes from the scheduled launch time.
Minus 4 minutes. Minus 4 minutes.
Gaining from the heritage of Chandrayaan, gaining from the heritage of Chandrayaan is upgraded in several aspects for the enhanced robustness through extensive ground robustness and simulation, through extensive ground tests and simulation.
Onboard computer in the flight mode.
ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च सीक्वेंस जारी है। इस दौरान ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च सीक्वेंस जारी है। इस दौरान बैटरी आवेशन पूर्ण किया जा चुका है। बैटरी आवेशन पूर्ण किया जा चुका है। कुछ अंतिम गतिविधियां जैसे ऑनबोर्ड कंप्यूटर पर अंतिम गतिविधियां जैसे ऑनबोर्ड कंप्यूटर पायरो लाइन को आर्म मोड में लाना, पायरो लाइन को आर्म मोड में लाना, गैस टैंक्स का अंतिम आवेशन, सभी घटनाएं संतोषजनक तरीके से पूर्ण की जा रही हैं। संतोषजनक तरीके से पूर्ण की जा रही हैं।
Minus 3 minutes.
अब हम उड़ान से 3 मिनट की दूरी पर हैं। अब हम उड़ान से 3 मिनट की दूरी पर हैं। प्रमोशन तथा प्रमोशन तथा प्रमोशन की घटनाक्रम को प्रमोशन की बताया जा चुका है, पहले ही बताया जा चुका है। सर्वप्रथम दोनों स्ट्रैप-ऑन बूस्टर प्रज्वलित किए जाएंगे T0 पर।
Pre-flight pressurization of the hydrogen tank commenced.
S200 के प्रज्वलन के 108 सेकंड के पश्चात जो कि L110 जो कि तरल नोदक पर आधारित इसका प्रज्वलन शुरू कर दिया जाएगा। L110 के प्रज्वलन के पश्चात 37 सेकंड पर S200 बूस्टर्स को यान से पृथक कर दिया जाएगा।
We are close to 1.5 minutes from the scheduled launch time.
सभी दर्शकों को ज्ञात है ऐतिहासिक मिशन होने वाला है। पूरे भारतवर्ष की आंखें इसमें हैं। इस यादगार पल के लिए यहाँ सब उपस्थित
-1 minute.
अब हम उड़ान से 1 मिनट की दूरी पर
-50 seconds.
All sequences armed. Stage ready.
-45 seconds. -40 seconds.
L110 VHPP open. MOV
70 seconds. -30 seconds.
Real-time programs activated.
-20 seconds.
L110 VHPP open.
-20 seconds. -15. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Plus 5 seconds.
Lift off normal.
Here we have a majestic top of LVM-4 rocket carrying India's prestigious Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft.
प्रज्वलन और सफलतापूर्ण उत्थापन LVM-3 रॉकेट का यह भीमकाय रॉकेट आसमान को चीरते हुए अपनी भयानक दहाड़ से चारों ओर कंपन उत्पन्न कर रहा है। इसे हम यहाँ महसूस कर सकते हैं और यही दहाड़ है जो वैज्ञानिकों को रोमांचित करती है। LVM-3 के उत्थापन के साथ ही हमारे अंतरिक्ष यान चंद्रयान-3 की चंद्रमा की यात्रा प्रारंभ हो चुकी है।
As the rocket is soaring through the skies, every second closer to the accomplishment of the most important milestone in its mission to moon. Every Indian with the launch dive is feeling with the feeling watching in the making.
चंद्रमा की सतह पर छाप छोड़ने के लिए चंद्रयान को पूरा करने निकल चुका है। वर्तमान में दोनों S200 सामान बूस्टर करते हुए कक्षा की ओर बढ़ रहे हैं।
S200 motors
चंद्रमा की सतह पर अपना छाप छोड़ने के लिए चंद्रयान वर्तमान में दोनों
solid 204.5 tons in each close to 2 tons of propellant being burnt each second.
S200 स्ट्रैप-ऑन बूस्टर्स का प्रज्वलन काल 126 सेकंड और 126 सेकंड घोषणा की गई और L110 घोषणा की गई। स्टेज का भी प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है।
Apart from the strap-ons, the core stage has also commenced its operation. Based on combination of hyperbolic Earth's storable liquid propellants, UH-25 storable liquid propellant, UH-25. Now the S-200s have been separated. Now the S-200s have been separated.
घटनाक्रम के अनुसार यह यान घटनाक्रम के अनुसार इस यान से S-200 स्ट्रैप-ऑन बूस्टर्स को सफलतापूर्वक पृथक कर दिया गया है। बूस्टर्स को सफलतापूर्वक पृथक कर दिया गया है। सेपरेशन मोटर्स की मदद से किया जाता है। सेपरेशन मोटर्स की मदद से किया जाता है। इसके बाद L110 तरल नोदक पर आधारित, इसके बाद L110 विकास इंजन के तरल नोदक पर आधारित यह चरण सामान्य निष्पादन करता हुआ अपने उद्दिष्ट चरण सामान्य निष्पादन करता हुआ अपने उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर बढ़ रहा है। अब यान क्लोज लूप गाइडेंस के अंतर्गत है। क्लोज लूप गाइडेंस के अंतर्गत है।
L110 stage performance normal.
The trajectory of launch vehicle is closely following the trajectory of launch vehicle is closely following the prediction.
Separated. Payload
फेयरिंग को पृथक कर दिया गया है यान से, क्योंकि पेलोड फेयरिंग को पृथक कर दिया गया है यान से। 114.8 किलोमीटर अब की ऊंचाई प्राप्त कर चुका है। 114.8 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई प्राप्त कर चुका है। कुल प्रज्वलन काल 200 सेकंड होता है और इस दौरान यह कुल प्रज्वलन काल 200 सेकंड का प्रणोद उत्पन्न करता है। और इस दौरान यह करीब 1600 किलो न्यूटन का प्रणोद उत्पन्न करता है।
220 seconds past the launch time. Current altitude is 120 seconds past the launch time. Current altitude is 130. In the 200 seconds of its operation, the L110 stage carries the rocket of its operation. The L110 stage carries the rocket and imparts a relative velocity 5 kilometers altitude 18 and imparts a relative velocity that is of 4.18 kilometers per second. That is 250 kilometers every minute.
L110 stage performance normal. L110 stage performance normal.
LVM-3 रॉकेट का द्वितीय चरण पूर्णतः सामान्य निष्पादन करते हुए का द्वितीय चरण पूर्णतः सामान्य निष्पादन करते हुए कुल 113 टन के तरल नोदक भरे जाते हैं। इस चरण में कुल 113 टन के तरल नोदक भरे जाते हैं। N2O4 तथा UH-25 अर्थ स्टोरेबल प्रोपेलेंट को ईंधन के रूप में प्रयोग किया जाता है। इस चरण में अर्थ स्टोरेबल प्रोपेलेंट को ईंधन के रूप में प्रयोग किया जाता है। इस चरण में
stage ignition is authorized. Stage ignition is
अगला चरण
authorized.
C25 का प्रज्वलन
Stage
भावी है।
ignition is authorized.
अगला चरण C25 का प्रज्वलन भावी है। अगला चरण C25 का प्रज्वलन भावी है।
Ignition is authorized and separated. C25 ignition command and stage C25 ignition and separated. Stage authorized and separated.
That's a piece of really good news that the third stage has started its operation. The C25 stage has been ignited. That's a piece of really third stage that has started its operation. The stage has been ignited.
इसके प्रज्वलन के साथ जटिल प्रक्रिया होती है। क्रायो इंजन का इग्निशन नियंत्रण कक्ष। इसके प्रज्वलन के साथ ही तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट से गूंज उठा है। मिशन नियंत्रण कक्ष 25 वर्तमान में प्रणोद उत्पन्न कर रहा है। C25 पूर्णतः सामान्य, सभी तंत्र पूर्णतः सामान्य हैं। प्रणोद उत्पन्न कर रहा है। पूर्णतः सामान्य, सभी तंत्र पूर्णतः सामान्य हैं।
Thrust in vacuum is what the stage develops with its 28.6 tons propellant combination. In vacuum is what the stage develops of liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. 8.6 tons propellant combination. Present altitude is of liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. Present altitude is
और यह अंतिम चरण है इस यान का C25। यह क्रायो ईंधन पर आधारित चरण है जिसमें लिक्विड हाइड्रोजन और यह अंतिम चरण है इस यान का C25। कुल 28 टन क्रायो ईंधन पर आधारित चरण है जिसमें लिक्विड हाइड्रोजन सावधानी के साथ भरा जाता है। इस्तेमाल होता है। इस चरण में 186 किलो न्यूटन का क्रायो ईंधन उत्पन्न होता है सुरक्षा और यह सावधानी के साथ भरा जाता है। सेकंड तक चरण में 186 किलो न्यूटन का दिशा नियंत्रण के लिए इंजन जिम्बल का इस्तेमाल किया जाता है। 140 सेकंड तक प्रज्वलित रहेगा। विशिष्ट आवेग इसमें दिशा नियंत्रण के लिए इंजन जिम्बल का इस्तेमाल किया जाता है। क्रायो ईंधन का विशिष्ट आवेग 446 सेकंड के करीब होता है।
Currently, the rocket is at an altitude of 210 kilometers.
Plus 7 minutes.
Currently, the rocket is at an altitude of 210 kilometers. There is no much variation in altitude. This stage will add to the relative velocity immensely. While there is no much variation in altitude, This stage will add to the relative velocity immensely.
Cryo stage
आइए
performance
अब आपको
normal.
पेलोड के बारे में जानकारी देते हैं।
Cryo
लैंडर
stage
मॉड्यूल्स पे
performance
अब आपको
normal.
कई वैज्ञानिक प्रयोगों के लिए पेलोड के बारे में जानकारी देते हैं। लैंडर मॉड्यूल्स पे कई वैज्ञानिक प्रयोगों के लिए पेलोड्स लगाए गए हैं।
India's prestigious lunar landing spacecraft Chandrayaan-3 moving closer to its intended injection spot in the orbit. India's prestigious lunar landing spacecraft Chandrayaan-3 moving closer to its intended provides propulsion spot in the orbit, maneuvers, translunar injection, and moonbound orbits. The propulsion module provides propulsion for payload earthbound study the spectral and polarimetric measurements of Earth and lunar orbits. The abbreviated name of the payload to study the spectral and polarimetric measurements of Earth and lunar orbit. The abbreviated name of the lander module, the following are included. A landmark probe called Rambha to measure the near surface payloads of the lander module, that is the density of ions a landmark probe called Rambha to measure the near surface. Second payload is Chandra's surface, the density of thermophysical experiment or CHASE changes to measure thermal properties of lunar surface. Payload is Chandra's surface thermophysical experiment around landing site to measure thermal properties of lunar surface near polar regions. Payload to measure the seismicity around landing site and delineating the rover after its descent crest. Further scientific study objectives through its own payloads. ILSA is there. For better understanding of the rover after its descent, logical further scientific study objectives through its own or laser-induced breakdown understanding of chemical and mineral payload. Logical is the alpha particle X-ray spectrometer or laser-induced breakdown spectroscope is included.
जी हाँ, लैंडर मॉड्यूल में 3 पेलोड हैं, रोवर में 2 और प्रोपल्शन मॉड्यूल में 1 पेलोड भेजा गया है। जी हाँ, लैंडर मॉड्यूल में 3 पेलोड हैं, रोवर में स्वदेशी लैंडर और रोवर मॉड्यूल में नितभारों का इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है। यह अंतर्ग्रही मिशन के लिए भी आवश्यक तकनीकों का प्रदर्शन के स्वदेशी लैंडर और रोवर के पास यह क्षमता है कि वह चंद्रमा का इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है। उबड़-खाबड़ सतह में भी अंतर्ग्रही मिशन के लिए उतर सकेगा और रोवर को बाहर लाने के लिए लैंडर के पास संचार सुविधाएं प्रदान करने के लिए सक्षम होगा। चंद्रमा की उबड़-खाबड़ सतह में भी बड़ी सावधानी से उतर सकेगा और रोवर को बाहर लाने के लिए और रोवर में और संचार सुविधाएं प्रदान करने के लिए सक्षम होगा। रेडियो एस्ट्रोनॉमी ऑफ मून बाउंड हाइपरसेंसिटिव आयोनोस्फीयर एंड एटमॉस्फेयर और रोवर में कुल 6 निर्भर कहा जाता है। रेडियो एस्ट्रोनॉमी चंद्रमा की सतह के पास प्लाज्मा के घनत्व तथा समय के साथ बदलाव का मापन करेगा। शॉर्ट में रंभा कहा जाता है। इसके बाद चंद्र सरफेस, यह चंद्रमा की सतह के पास प्लाज्मा के घनत्व चंद्रमा के ध्रुवीय सतह के आसपास बदलाव का मापन करेगा। इसके बाद चंद्र सरफेस थर्मोफिजिकल एक्सपेरिमेंट लुनर सिस्मिक एक्टिविटी चंद्रमा के ध्रुवीय सतह के आसपास की थर्मल प्रॉपर्टीज की गतिविधियों का पता लगाएगा। रोवर में चंद्रमा की सतह एक्टिविटी तत्वात्मक विश्लेषण के लिए लेजर इंड्यूस्ड ब्रेकडाउन गतिविधियों का पता लगाएगा। अल्फा पार्टिकल एक्स-रे स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोप रोवर में चंद्रमा की सतह के किया जा रहा है। तत्वात्मक विश्लेषण के लिए लेजर इंड्यूस्ड ब्रेकडाउन स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोप बहुत ही दिलचस्प वैज्ञानिक पार्टिकल एक्स-रे स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोप पोलैरिमेट्री ऑफ हैबिटेबल किया जा रहा है, जो कि चंद्रमा से पृथ्वी से परावर्तित दिलचस्प नियर इंफ्रारेड किरणों का विश्लेषण दूसरे जीवन सहायक ग्रहों को खोजने में मदद करेगा। जो कि चंद्रमा से पृथ्वी से परावर्तित नियर इंफ्रारेड किरणों का विश्लेषण दूसरे जीवन सहायक ग्रहों को खोजने में मदद करेगा। वर्तमान में C-25 इंजन कार्यरत है और पूर्णतः सामान्य प्रदर्शन कर रहा है। अब हम प्रमोशन से C-25 सेकंड की दूरी पर आ चुके हैं। कार्यरत सापेक्ष गति 6.5 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड, सामान्य ऊंचाई कर रहा है 91 किलोमीटर। अब हम प्रमोशन से 700 सेकंड की दूरी पर आ चुके हैं। सापेक्ष गति 6.5 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड।
As we have told you about the Chandrayaan-3's upgrades, in the aspects of enhanced robustness through extensive ground tests and simulation. As we have told you about the
During the
Chandrayaan
last phase of
3's
landing,
upgrade,
the
the module will have a vertical velocity of less than 1 meter per second and a horizontal velocity simulation of less than 0.5 meters per second. During the last phase of landing, the module will have a vertical velocity
The lander
of less
legs
than
are
1
designed
meter
to
per
be
second
robust
and a
enough
horizontal
to drive the
velocity
impact.
of less than
The cameras are
0.5
tuned
meters
to
per
take
second
pictures
from
from
a
a
height
height
of the
of
landing
3 meters.
and enable intelligent
The lander
decision
legs are
making
designed
for
to be
choice
robust
of
enough
best
to
location
drive
to
the
land,
impact.
avoiding
The
craters
cameras
and
are
boulders
tuned
to
to
take
take
pictures
pictures
ahead of the landing and enable
The successive
intelligent
pictures
decision
will also
making
enable
for
the
choice
craft
of best
to
location
determine
to
its
land,
horizontal
avoiding
and
craters
vertical
and boulders
velocities
on
performance
real time.
normal.
The successive pictures
Laser
will also
Doppler
enable the
velocity
craft
sensor
to
is an
determine
upgrade in
its
Chandrayaan
horizontal
3
over its
and
vertical
predecessor.
velocity in real
It helps
time
to
determine instantaneous velocity of craft. Laser Doppler velocity sensor
Insights
is an
into the
upgrade in
behavior of
Chandrayaan 3
Chandrayaan
over
2
its
in the
predecessor.
last
few minutes of its
It
descent
helps to determine
has revealed to the
instantaneous
scientists
velocity of craft.
the necessity for upgrade in the guidance algorithm.
Insights into the behavior
Inputs
of
from various
Chandrayaan 2
sensors are
in the
used
last
by the
few
autonomous
minutes of its
navigation
descent
guidance
has
algorithm
revealed to
of
the
Chandrayaan
scientists
3 the necessity
to plan
for
the
upgrade
flight
in the
path
guidance
to the most
algorithm.
suitable landing
Inputs
spot.
from various sensors are used by the
Engines of
autonomous
Chandrayaan
navigation
3 are capable
guidance
of more
algorithm
gradual
of
throttling
Chandrayaan
also.
3 to plan the flight path to the most suitable landing spot. The engines of Chandrayaan 3 are capable of more gradual throttling also.
वर्तमान में हम प्रमोशन से 817 सेकंड की दूरी पर आ चुके हैं। करीब 950 सेकंड पर तृतीय चरण क्रायोजेनिक वर्तमान में हम शट ऑफ कर दिया जाएगा। प्रमोशन से 817 सेकंड की दूरी पर आ चुके हैं। करीब 950 सेकंड पर उचित अभिवृत्ति प्राप्त कर चरण क्रायोजेनिक इंजन को शट ऑफ कर दिया जाएगा, पृथक कर दिया जाएगा और उचित चंद्रयान 3 को LVM-3M4 द्वारा चंद्रयान पार्किंग ऑर्बिट में यान से लॉन्च करने के पश्चात दिया जाएगा। 170 किलोमीटर की पेरिजी पर क्रमशः 5 बार मैन्यूवरिंग कमांड दिया जाएगा। LVM-3M4 द्वारा इलिप्टिकल पांचवी बार में यह पृथ्वी की लॉन्च करने चंद्रमा की ओर प्रस्थान करेगा। किलोमीटर की पेरिजी ट्रांसफर क्रमशः 5 बार मैन्यूवरिंग कमांड दिया जाएगा। फिर 5 अगस्त 2023 बार में चंद्रमा की कक्षा में प्रवेश करेगा और चंद्रमा की ओर प्रस्थान करेगा। मैन्यूवरिंग के पश्चात ट्रांसफर मॉड्यूल चंद्रमा की 100 किलोमीटर की वृत्ताकार कक्षा में स्थापित हो जाएगा। 5 अगस्त 2023 को यह चंद्रमा की कक्षा में प्रवेश करेगा और फिर क्रमशः लैंडर मॉड्यूल को मैन्यूवरिंग के पश्चात करेगा। मॉड्यूल चंद्रमा की 100 किलोमीटर 2023 को चंद्रमा की स्थापित हो जाएगा। लैंडिंग की प्रक्रिया शुरू की जाएगी। यहाँ यह उचित समय और अमृति में लैंडर मॉड्यूल को पृथक किया करेगा और 23 अक्टूबर 2023 को चंद्रमा की सतह पर लैंडिंग की प्रक्रिया शुरू की जाएगी।
We have come close to 900 seconds after the launch. Currently, the C-25 stage is thrusting. We have come close to 900 seconds
velocity
after the launch. 9.29 kilometers per second. C-25 stage is thrusting.
जी हाँ, कुछ ही क्षणों में हम
Currently,
देखेंगे
relative velocity is
तृतीय चरण
9.29 kilometers per second.
LVM-3M4 रॉकेट का चंद्रयान को उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर ले जा रहा है और जी हाँ, कुछ ही क्षणों में हम देखेंगे ही और उचित अभिवृद्धि प्राप्त होते ही LVM-3M4 रॉकेट का चंद्रयान को उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर ले जा रहा है और उद्दिष्ट कक्षा प्राप्त होते ही और उचित अभिवृद्धि प्राप्त होते ही अभी पुष्टि की गई चंद्रयान 3 को प्रमोशन की कक्षा प्राप्त कर ली गई है। चंद्रयान 3 को सफलतापूर्वक अंतक्षेपित कर दिया गया है इलिप्टिकल पार्किंग ऑर्बिट पर।
Chandrayaan 3 has achieved a major milestone successfully.
कर ली गई है। चंद्रयान 3 को सफलतापूर्वक अंतक्षेपित कर दिया गया है इलिप्टिकल पार्किंग ऑर्बिट पर।
Chandrayaan 3 has attained a major milestone successfully.
Chandrayaan 3 mission accomplished. Handing over to mission director.
LVM-3M4 mission is successful. Mission director, Jai Hind, LVM-3M4 Chandrayaan
The launch has also added a feather in the cap of LVM-3 rocket. You can watch the jubilant congratulatory gestures of ISRO scientists in the Mission Control Center.
Jai Hind.
जी हाँ,
The
चंद्रयान को
launch has also added
सफलतापूर्वक
a feather in the
अंतक्षेपित
cap
कर दिया
of
गया है, लेकिन
LVM-3
चंद्रयान
rocket.
3 की
You
यात्रा
can
अभी
watch the
जारी है।
jubilant congratulatory gestures
अब इस मिशन के बारे
of
में
ISRO
हम
scientists
अध्यक्ष
in the
महोदय
Mission
से
Control
सुनेंगे
Center.
और हम आपसे आज्ञा लेते हैं। जी हाँ, चंद्रयान को
We sign
सफलतापूर्वक
off. Up
अंतक्षेपित
next
कर
is
दिया
address
गया
by
है, लेकिन
Secretary
चंद्रयान
DOS
3 की
Chairman
यात्रा
ISRO.
अभी जारी है। अब इस मिशन के बारे में हम अध्यक्ष महोदय से सुनेंगे और हम आपसे आज्ञा लेते हैं।
We sign off.
Namaskar.
Up next is address by Secretary DOS Chairman ISRO.
Congratulations, India. Chandrayaan 3 has started its journey towards moon. Our dear LVM-3 has already put Chandrayaan 3 craft into the precise orbit around Earth. 170 by 36,500 kilometers was its intended Chandrayaan 3 has started its journey towards moon. And our dear LVM all the best for the Chandrayaan 3 craft to make its further the precise orbit around Earth, racing maneuvers and travel towards moon in the coming days. So let me wish all the very best to Chandrayaan 3 for its further journey towards moon. And before that, let me introduce the team behind this mission, the mission director, orbit racing maneuvers and travel towards moon in the coming days. And also the project director. Let me wish all the very best to Chandrayaan 3 for its further journey towards moon. Before that, let me introduce the team behind this mission. So, the mission director, Mr. Mohan Kumar, and also the project director of LVM3.
Honorable Minister of State for Science and Technology and Departments of Space and Atomic Energy.
So, over to them. Mohan.
Dr. Jitendra Singh, thank you, sir. Respected Chairman ISRO and Secretary Departments of Space, Honorable Minister of State, Secretaries of the Technology and Departments of Space and Atomic Energy, dignitaries and invitees. I am very happy to report here that respected the LVM-3 Chairman ISRO M4 vehicle has injected the space Chandrayaan 3 satellite. Secretaries of the department, precise orbit, invited dignitaries, and once again the vehicle is proved to be the most reliable heavy lift vehicle of here that the Indian Space Research Organization M4 vehicle has. Congratulations to the Chandrayaan 3 satellite ISRO family, precise orbit. I would like to appraise three things. The vehicle is proved to be the most reliable heavy lift vehicle of quality improvement Indian Space Research Organization. In the congratulations to the team of our human rating ISRO family, making the systems reliable. I would like to appraise three things here. Capability of the payload also is improved by mission continuous process strategies as well as vehicle engineering approaches. We are in the process of increasing the launch human rating efforts. Frequency of this vehicle considering the national requirements. Secondly, the payload also. Capability of the payload also is improved by mission. So many strategies as well as vehicle engineering approaches. For example, we are in the process of increasing the launch processed exactly as per the human rating standards, considering the national requirements, enabling us to have 100% NDT demands. And the inherent pocket erosion characteristics are removed. So many improvements stage incorporated in this vehicle. Mostly it is, for example, 100% qualified to be the human rated engine exactly as per the indigenously developed standards. Throats. And enabling us to have 100% NDT backward and inherent gas entry also is eliminated are removed. Perfect. The L100 stage Vikas engine and see it mostly it is 100% qualified to be the human rated engine with indigenously developed LET throats actually and pocket the backward gas entry also is eliminated and it is a perfect
because of shortage of time.
Yes, sir. I take this opportunity to thank all the mission executives and because C20 stage also is mission executives for all the supports all along the launch campaign process as well as the launch. Once the launch manifest is released and mission executives are identified, really this is a penance of so many across the ISRO centers, our launch vehicle centers, VSSC, LPSC, IPRC, IASU, SDSC, SHAR, URSC and SAC. along with all our industrial partners, major players to the small scale industries who supply us with all the deliverables in time, quality products, the suppliers of chemicals, propellant ingredients, mission executives for all the supports, avionics systems, and our own GOCO facility operators. Actually, the industrial manpower is really campaign process as well as manpower. The launch, everybody's once the launch into this is and released and also the prayers and best wishes of really this is our seniors of so many executives, everyone's prayers and our own family members. I take this opportunity to pray God Almighty for all the blessings in the form of this success, which was the penance by the ISRO family for last 73 days. And my prayerful pranams for the successful continuous operations of the Chandrayaan spacecraft for its safe and soft landing on lunar surface and further experiments. Thank you. Jai Hind. Along with all our industrial partners, major players to the
Respected Chairman ISRO, Center Directors, dignitaries and my team Chandrayaan 3. Very happy to note that our Chandrayaan 3 has been injected into an intended orbit with very close orbital parameters. Congratulations and thanks to LVM-3 team. And all our spacecraft health parameters are normal,
in time, quality
including the power
products,
generations in both propulsion module and lander
chemicals,
module. Our journey to moon has begun now for the most awaited soft landing.
Suppliers of
We'll be
avionics
closely
systems
monitoring and controlling
and
the
our own
spacecraft from its track Bangalore.
GOCO facility
Many critical events are lined up, starting from earthbound maneuvers, insertion into the lunar orbit, and separation of lander,
the industrial
and
manpower
set of
is
deboost
really
maneuvers,
our
and finally
ISRO's
the
virtual manpower.
power descent phase for soft landing.
Everybody's
I take this opportunity to
efforts
thank
went into this
Chairman ISRO, Director URSC, and all the center directors for entrusting me this opportunity.
also the
who are
prayers and best
behind-
wishes of
who have
all
been the
our seniors,
motivational and guidance
retired
force
executives,
behind this mission.
everyone's
My special
prayers
thanks
and
to
our own
Chandrayaan
family
3
members.
project
I take
executives,
this opportunity
Associate Project
to
Director Kalpana,
pray
Deputy
God
Project Directors, Project
Almighty
Managers
for all
across
the blessings in the form of this
ISRO
success,
centers,
which was the penance
who
by
have,
the
who have
ISRO
provided
family
an
for
excellent
the
support
last
in
73
building the
days.
spacecraft.
And
My special thanks to the
pranams for the successful
expert committees
continuous
for their
operations
constant
of the
guidance throughout
Chandrayaan
the various
spacecraft
stages of the project.
for its
I also
safe
thank
and soft landing
the,
on lunar surface and
the
further
various
experiments.
work
Thank
centers
you.
and
Jai Hind.
industries who have contributed directly and indirectly to this mission. My special thanks to URSC Council members, group directors, deputy directors across the ISRO centers. My team Chandrayaan And 3. this Very happy to looking note forward that for our the Chandrayaan 3 has soft been landing injected into an with all your intended wishes orbit and blessings very from the close Lord. Thank you. Orbital parameters. Congratulations and thanks to LVM-3 team.
We have
And all our spacecraft health
Honorable
parameters
Minister
are normal,
for Space,
including the power generations in both propulsion
Minister of
module
State
and
for
lander
Space,
module.
Dr. Jitendra
Our-
Singh ji.
Our
announced
journey
us
to
do
moon
this
has
historic
begun now
occasion
for the
of
most
success of
awaited soft
launching of
landing.
LVM-3.
We'll be
We
closely
would like to
monitoring
hear a
and
few
controlling
words
the
from him.
spacecraft
Over
from
to you,
its
sir.
track Bangalore. Many critical events are lined up, starting from earthbound maneuvers, insertion into the lunar orbit, and separation of
is
lander,
indeed
and
a
set
moment
of
of
deboost
glory for
maneuvers, and
India.
finally the power descent phase for a soft
And a moment
landing.
of destiny for
I
all
take
of
this
us
opportunity to
over
thank
here at Sri
Chairman
Harikota
ISRO,
who are a
Director
part of the
URSC, and
history
all the center
making.
directors for entrusting me this opportunity, who are behind,
Thank you,
who
Team
have been
ISRO,
the
for making
motivational
India
and guidance
proud.
force behind this mission. My special thanks to Chandrayaan 3 project executives, Associate Project Director Kalpana,
And thank you, Honorable
Deputy
PM
Project Directors,
Narendra Modi
Project
ji,
Managers
for
across
having
the
made this
ISRO
possible by
ISRO centers,
unlocking the gates of Sri
who
Harikota
have provided an excellent
and
support
enabling
in building the
India's
spacecraft.
space sector.
My special thanks to the expert committees
You would recall
for their
Honorable
constant
Prime
guidance
Minister had
throughout the
very
various
recently
stages of
said,
the project.
Sky
I also thank
is not the limit.
the
And living
various
by his
work
words,
centers and industries who
I
have
think
contributed
Chandrayaan
directly and
today
indirectly
has
to
gone
this mission.
beyond the limits
My
of sky
special thanks to
to
URSC
discover the
Council members,
unexplored
group directors,
horizons of
deputy
the
directors
universe
across the ISRO
beyond.
centers. And this
Ladies and
looking
gentlemen,
forward for the soft landing
This day today,
with
the
all your
14th
wishes
of
and
July
blessings from the God. Thank you.
2023 is also a day of vindication.
We have
Vindication
our
of the
Honorable
dream
Minister
that
for
Vikram
Space,
Sarabhai saw 6 decades
Minister
ago.
of State for Space, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, amongst us during this
He might
historic
have been short
occasion
of
of success
resources,
of launching of LVM-3. So I
but never
we would
short
like to
of
hear a few
confidence.
words from him. Over to you, sir.
And when we see those pictures of a launcher vehicle being carried on the carriage of a bicycle, it is Indeed, a moment of glory for
without
India.
any remorse, without any slightest
And a moment of destiny
embarrassment.
for all of us.
That is because
over here at Sri Harikota, who are a
Vikram
part
and
of
his
the
team
history in
had
making.
faith in themselves, faith in India's potential.
Thank you, Team
faith
ISRO,
in India's
for making
acumen.
India proud.
And today, here, we are vindicating and we are reiterating India's indigenous capabilities.
And thank you,
living
Honorable
up to
PM
the ideal
Narendra
of
Modi ji, for
Atmanirbhar
having
Bharat.
made this possible by unlocking the gates of Sri
And before I
Harikota
conclude, ladies and gentlemen,
and
as Mother
enabling
India
the
India's space
enters
sector.
into the next 25 years of this Amrit Kal.
You would
She
recall,
pledges
Honorable Prime Minister had
to
very
play
recently said,
a leading global
sky
role
is not the limit.
in the emerging world
And living by
scenario
his words,
of 21st century.
I think the Chandrayaan
Thank
today
you.
has gone
And
beyond the limits of sky
congratulations
to
once
discover
again.
the unexplored horizons of the universe beyond.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We will also introduce
day
the
today,
directors
the
of the
14th of
centers
July,
who have done all those great
2023
work of building the rocket,
is also
building
a
the
date
scientific
of
instruments for Chandrayaan 3, the Chandrayaan
vindication
spacecraft
of the dream
itself,
that Vikram
and made all those
Sarabhai
critical
saw
systems, and
6
also the
decades ago.
agencies who are going to handle the rest of the mission part, the
He might
tracking
have
and the
been
ground,
short of
ground
resources,
stations and all those teams will
but
be
never
are here.
short of
So I
confidence.
request the directors of those centers to join. First, Director
And
of
when we
Vikram Sarabhai
see
Space
those
Center.
pictures of a launcher vehicle being carried on the carriage of a bicycle,
Good afternoon, India. Last one
without
year,
any
this is the
remorse,
10th
without
mission,
any slightest
including the
embarrassment.
precise landing
That
of
is
the
because
reusable launch vehicle.
Vikram and his team had faith in
So with
themselves.
this mission,
Faith in India's
this is the seventh
potential,
mission of
faith
LVM3,
in India's
the
acumen.
successive
And
successful
today,
mission.
here,
With this, the
we
success
are
rate of
vindicating
LVM3
and
is
we are
100%.
reiterating
And this
India's
is the ideal
indigenous
vehicle for Gaganyaan.
capabilities, living
Some
up
of
to
the
the ideal
changes
of
that we are
Atmanirbhar
incorporating in
Bharat.
Gaganyaan, we have implemented here. And
before
the,
I conclude, ladies and
Mark III
gentlemen, as
has crossed
Mother
the
India
reliability of 0.9 and
enters
inching
into
forward.
the next 25 years of this
So I
Amrit Kal.
take this
She
opportunity
pledges
to salute the
to
entire
play a
ISRO
leading
community,
global
especially the
role
VSC community and all launch
in
vehicle
the
centers,
emerging world
industry
scenario
partners
of
for making
21st
the
century.
stages, making the sub-assemblies
Thank
and
you.
testing. In fact, this is
And
the third launch of
congratulations
LVM3
once
in
again.
1 year. You know, the realizing the stages, assembling, testing, and then launching 3
Thank you, sir.
LVM3s in 1
We
year
will
is a
also
Herculean task.
introduce
I
the
salute
directors
the
of
industry
the
as well as all the ISRO
centers
centers for this.
who have done
And
all those.
વાઇબ્રન્ટ કન્સ્ટ્રક્શન કરીને કંપની છે તેનું કામ ચાલુ છે
And I wish
Great
all the very
work of
best. You
building
know
the
that
rocket,
when the beginning
building the
is
scientific
good, the
instruments
ending
for
has to be
Chandrayaan
good.
3,
I wish all the very
the
best
Chandrayaan
to the
spacecraft
Chandrayaan
itself,
for
and
its
made all those
solitary
critical
journey
systems
through the
and also
vastness
the,
of space and for making a
agencies who are going to
feather-like
handle
soft
the rest of the
landing
mission
in
part,
the fourth week
the
of
tracking and
August.
the
Good luck.
ground stations and all
Thank
those
you.
teams we are here. So I request the
Dr.
directors
Narayanan,
of those
Director
centers to
LPSC.
join. First, Director of Vikram Sarabhai Space Center.
Good afternoon to all of
India.
you.
Last
It is a historical
1 year,
event
this is the
for
10th
Indian
mission,
space program
including the precise
and
landing of the
a proud
reusable
moment
land
for
vehicle
all
launch
the Indians
vehicle.
across the globe on this momentous occasion of
So
the
with this
successful launch
mission,
of the Chandrayaan 3.
This is the 7th
3
mission
in
of LVM3.
one spacecraft in the required orbit
successful
with the
mission.
highest level of
With this,
precision
the success
by
rate
our
of
heaviest launch
LVM3 is
vehicle
100%.
LVM3.
And this is the
After the
ideal
2
vehicle
launches
for
of
Gaganyaan.
LVM3 vehicle this year,
Some of the
this vehicle
changes
is realized
that we
in the
are
record
incorporating in
shortest
Gaganyaan, we
time.
have
Today,
implemented
once
here.
again, all the
And
vehicle systems
the,
have performed,
Mark III
demonstrated
has crossed the
seventh
reliability of 0.9 and
successful
inching
launch.
forward.
As you all
So
know,
I take this
the entire
opportunity
spacecraft community has put
to salute the
wholehearted
entire
effort
ISRO
during last
community,
4 years,
especially the VSC
and we have
community and all
realized
launch
a
vehicle
marvelous,
centers,
great
industry
scientific
partners
satellite.
for making
For this mission,
the stages,
the entire
making
vehicle
the
performance
sub-assemblies
is as expected,
and testing.
as
In fact,
predicted.
this is
In
the
fact,
third launch
the
of LVM3
precision in
in
which
1
the
year.
satellite is launched shows the
the
reliability
realizing
of
the
this vehicle.
stages, assembling,
And we too have
testing,
4
and then
liquid
launching
propulsion modules.
3
Two in
LVM3s
the
in 1 year
launch
is a
vehicle,
Herculean task.
the L1
I
stage,
salute the
C25
industry
stage,
as
it has
well as all
performed
the ISRO
extremely
centers
well
for this.
along with all other vehicle
And
systems. We too have 2 more propulsion modules,
And I
one for taking
wish
the
all the
spacecraft
very
to
best.
the
You
moon,
know that
another
when
one
the
for
beginning
soft
is
landing.
good,
I think it
the
is
ending
already
has to be
well
good.
integrated. The
I
system
wish
health
all
is
the very best
good.
to the
Today's
Chandrayaan
success is
for
the
its
culmination
solitary
of the
journey through the
dedicated,
vastness of space
smart and
for
hard work
making a
of all
feather-like
the ISRO
soft
team
landing in the
and
fourth
work
week of
culture of
August.
ISRO
Good
and
luck.
review process what we follow.
Thank you.
I am sure all further mission
Dr.
operations
Narayanan,
will be
Director,
a
LPSC.
grand success, and we'll have the successful soft landing. On this occasion, let me congratulate and compliment the members of ISRO team. Good afternoon to all of you. Who have really it is a historical event. The partners from Indian Space Program and academia and the various and a proud movement for all the Indians across the globe on this momentous occasion of the successful launch of the
Chandrayaan craft was built at the UR Rao Satellite Center, so I
one
request the
spacecraft
director
in the
of
required
URC to
orbit
speak.
with the highest level of precision by our heaviest launch vehicle LVM-3. After the 2 launches of LVM-3 vehicle this year,
ladies and
this
gentlemen,
vehicle is realized in the
I take
record
this opportunity to
shortest
first
time.
thank my
Today,
colleagues,
once again, all the
from,
vehicle systems
the
have
Launch Vehicle
performed,
Center
demonstrated
for providing
the
a
7th
textbook-like
successful launch.
for Chandrayaan-3 on its journey
As you all
towards
know,
moon.
the
Thank you very
entire
much.
spacecraft community has
And,
put wholehearted effort
as,
during last
Director
4
LPSC
years,
and
and we have
Director
realized
VSSC
a
mentioned,
marvelous,
realizing
great
this
scientific
kind of
satellite. For
launch
this
vehicle,
mission, the
third
entire
launch
vehicle
vehicle within a
performance
year's time
is
is
as
indeed a
expected,
Herculean task.
as predicted.
And
In fact,
thank you very
the
much for
precision
the
in which
effort
the
that has
satellite
been
is
put by
launched
all
shows
the
the
members of
reliability
the
of
launch
this
vehicle
vehicle.
community and the
we too have 4
industry
liquid
supporting
propulsion
them.
modules.
Coming
2
to
in
Chandrayaan-3,
the launch vehicle. The L1
Mohan
stage,
was
C25
telling
stage,
that it
has
is a
performed
penance. In fact,
extremely
it
well
is a penance
along with
of
all other vehicle
the
systems.
Chandrayaan-3
We too
team
have
for
2
the last
more
4 years.
propulsion modules,
which has come
one for taking the
today as
spacecraft
an
to the
outcome.
moon,
It is
another
sitting
one
like
for
a
soft landing.
brain sitting
I think
inside
it is
the
already
head of
well
a human
integrated.
being.
The system
On
health is
that mighty
very good.
vehicle, on top of that,
Today's success is the culmination of
was
the
sitting,
dedicated,
and it was such a
smart and
happy
hard work
moment to see
of
that
all the
satellite
ISRO team
getting
members
separated.
and the work
And,
culture of
our work continues
ISRO
from now for the
and
next
the review
42
process
days
what we follow.
till
I am sure
we reach the
all
lunar
further
orbit
mission operations will be
and
a
touchstone
grand
softly
success,
on
and we'll
moon.
have the
So we'll
successful
speak the rest
soft
of the
landing.
things after the
On this occasion,
soft
let me
landing on
congratulate and
top of
compliment
moon.
the members
Till then,
of ISRO
thank you
team,
very much for
our
all
family
the
members
members
who have
of
really sacrificed,
the satellite community
the
and the
partners
industry for your support,
industry
which
and
has been
academia
continuing over
and the
several
various
years,
review
and
fora.
I am sure will
Thank
continue
you.
in future
Jai
also.
Hind.
Thank you very much.
The Chandrayaan craft was built at the UR Rao Satellite Center, so I request the director of URC to speak. Over to Director SAC, Nilesh Desai.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. At the outset, let me
Good afternoon,
compliment Team ISRO for
ladies
this
and
excellent
gentlemen.
work, and
I
especially
take this opportunity
vehicle
to
team
first
as well as
thank
the project
my
team.
colleagues,
And as we begin this
from,
historic
the Launch
journey
Vehicle
towards
Center
moon,
for providing a textbook
well
like
begun is
launch
half done,
for,
as it is said.
Chandrayaan-3 on its
So I'm
journey
sure that
towards moon.
we'll
Thank you
succeed
very
in
much.
our effort and endeavor
And,
to land on moon
as,
safe and
Director
secured
LPSC
manner with a
and
soft
Director
landing
VSSC
up
mentioned,
to 45 days.
realizing
So I
this
wish all the
kind
best
of,
to all the people
launch
who have
vehicle,
contributed directly
third
or
launch
indirectly,
vehicle within a year's time
and
is indeed a
especially
Herculean
to
task.
the project team,
And
spacecraft team,
thank you very
as
much
well as my
for the
team at
effort
Space
that has been
Application
put
Center,
by
who
all
has
the
developed
members of
sensors
the
and
launch
other
vehicle community
hazard
and
detection
the
and avoidance system which will
industry
help for a
supporting them.
secured and safe landing on
Coming
moon.
to Chandrayaan-3,
So once again, I thank all who have contributed in
Mohan
this
was
mission. Thank you.
telling that it is a penance. In fact, it is a penance of
Director of this
the
center,
Chandrayaan-3
Satish Space
team
Center, is the
for
chairman of
last
the
4
Launch
years,
Authorization Board and also
which has
realizing
come
the solid motors of this rocket.
today
So over
as
to
an
Director
outcome. It is
SDSC
sitting like
Sharda
a brain sitting inside the head of a human being on that mighty vehicle. On top of that, satellite was sitting,
Minister of Science
and
and
it was
Technology,
such
Dr.
a
Singh,
happy
Respected
moment to see
Chairman,
that satellite getting
mentors and
separated.
dignitaries present
And
here,
our
and
work
the entire
continues
ISRO
from
family.
now for the next 42 days till
A very successful
we
launch,
reach
and
the
hearty
lunar
congratulations
orbit
to all the
and
LVM-3, M4 and
touchdown
Chandrayaan-3
softly on moon. So we'll speak
once
the
again,
rest
the
of the
fat
things
boy
after the
has done his job
soft
and
landing
put a
on top of
very
moon.
precisely
Till then,
the
thank you very much
prestigious
for all the
lunar
members
mission
of
Chandrayaan-3
the satellite
in the transfer
community
orbit.
and the industry for
And
your
I
support,
congratulate
which
the
has been
SDSC
continuing
Sharda
over
team.
several years,
Because
and I am
throughout
sure
this
will
launch,
continue in
we
future
had
also.
many
Thank
launch
you very much.
campaigns of 355 and 56. Along with that, we are proud
Space
to have
Application
this,
Center Ahmedabad plays
despite
very
of the
important
weather
role in our
conditions
scientific
here,
instruments and
we
building
have
of the
successfully
satellites.
launched
Over to
LVM-3
Director SAC,
in the
Nilesh
prescribed
Desai.
launch window time between July 12th and 19th.
Good afternoon, everybody. At the
And we
outset,
had
let
a
me
very good, smooth campaign
compliment
here.
Team ISRO for this
And
excellent work,
all the
and
hearty
especially
congratulations
vehicle team as
to
well
the
as the
entire
project
launch launch vehicle team.
And as we
well
begin
as
this
for the
historic
last 2 months
journey towards
for hosting
moon,
the Chandrayaan 3 team here.
well
and
begun
carrying
is
out all
half
the
done, as it is
tests
said.
to make sure
ensure
that
that
Chandrayaan 3 is also
we'll
ready for the
succeed
mission.
in our effort and
And I
endeavor
also
to
thank
land on
our
moon
entire logistics
safe and
team
in secured
who
manner
handled
with a
this
soft
huge
landing
crowd throughout this
after
campaign
45
period.
days. So
In
I wish
particular,
all the best
last
to
2-3
all the
days.
people who have
And
contributed directly or
my
indirectly,
sincere thanks to the various
and
Indian
especially
industries
to
who
the
are now
project team,
participating in
spacecraft
various
team,
aspects of
as well
solid
as
motor processing as well as the assembly
my
activities
team at
of our
Space Applications
launch vehicle
Center,
to make it
who has
successful.
developed
And I
sensors and
wish
other
a glorious
hazard
success
detection
in the
and
future to
avoidance
come.
system, which will
And I
help
wish,
for a
as
secured and safe
mentioned
landing on moon.
in the last
So
week
once
of August,
again,
to
I
have a
thank all who have
successful
contributed
soft
in
landing
this
of
mission. Thank you.
Chandrayaan 3 lander on the moon surface and to make history.
Director of this
Once
center,
again, thank you. Jai Hind.
Seven Space Center is the chairman of the launch authorization. I request all center directors to join on the podium. Please come, all of you. Also, can you lower this? Realizing the solid motors of this rocket. So over to director, please, SDA, please come here. This is Shah Rajan.
Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, the sitting, the special chairman, our
Satellite.
mentors, and the dignitaries here, and the entire ISRO family. A very successful launch and hearty congratulations to all the LUM-3, M4 and Chandrayaan 3 mission. So, once again, the fat boy has done its job and put a very precisely the prestigious lunar mission Chandrayaan 3 in the transfer orbit. And I congratulate the SDC Shah team. Because throughout this launch, we had many launch campaigns of C-55 and 56. Along with that, we are proud to have this in spite of the weather conditions here. We have successfully launched LVM-3 in the prescribed launch window time between July 12th and 19th. And we had a very good, smooth campaign here. And all the hearty congratulations to the entire launch vehicle team, as well as for the last 2 months for hosting the Chandrayaan 3 team here and carrying out all the tests to make sure that Chandrayaan 3 is also ready for the mission. And I also thank our entire logistics team who have handled this huge crowd throughout this campaign period. In particular, last 2-3 days. And my sincere thanks to the various Indian industries who are now participating in various aspects of solid motor processing as well as the assembly activities of our launch vehicle to make it successful. And I wish a glorious success in the future to come. And I wish, as mentioned in the last week of August, to have a successful soft landing of Chandrayaan 3 lander on the moon surface and to make history. Once again, thank you. Jai Hind.
I request all center directors to join on the podium. Please come, all of you. Can you lower this? Please come. Please come here.
supporting them. Coming